Hello, thank you for joining me today. I'm Mary Ealden. I'm the Programme Manager for the newly established Cultural Education Network at Arts Council England. I'm a white woman with dark brown hair and I'm joining you from my home in South Yorkshire. I'm going to present today on the Cultural Education Network, give you an overview of how and why we created this programme, our work so far and our plans going forward, and how you can access our support and get involved. So why did we embark on this journey? Anne Applebaum, the Director of Children and Young People here at Arts Council England, asked us to explore the reasons behind the variation of support levels for cultural education across areas and artistic disciplines. First, we established who our audiences might be. We're looking at the full gamut of education for arts in schools. So this can be arts provisions and skills development, integrating arts into the classroom, creative education, and cultural and arts education for diversity, equity, and inclusion. We're looking to support cultural educators in a broad sense. So teachers, of course, but also freelance teaching artists and educators from creative and cultural organisations. We also investigated how support and professional development varies across locations and artistic disciplines. From delivering ArtsMark for over 24 years now, we know that it can be difficult for teachers and cultural educators to get the support and advice that they need, and that there's a lot of feelings of isolation and not knowing where to go for help. Why does this matter? The inconsistent CPD offer directly affects the access that children and young people have to the arts and creativity. Ultimately, the offer that children receive can only be as good as what the adults that work with them can deliver, which can only be as good as the training and support those adults receive. By supporting the adults, we hope to be able to improve the creative offer for children and young people. What did we do? So, as I said, we had an idea of the issues from ArtsMark and from our previous experience of working in the sector, but we wanted to home in on the real issues and hear from potential users directly to verify our hypothesis. We took a qualitative and quantitative approach to our research. We first sent out 2 surveys, one via TeacherTapp, which is a company that sends out a daily survey to teachers. For that, we received over 3,000 responses. We also created a bespoke survey for teachers through a playful platform called Playverto, and that received almost 800 responses. And then finally, we delivered 9 co-creation workshops with 148 attendees from across the education and cultural sectors. And we really built the programme around the needs that we were hearing. We have a lot of quantitative data from our surveys that I could share with you, but in the interest of time, I've just included this slide, which is a really important statistic that solidifies our understanding. 90% of teachers asked said they would be interested in additional professional development opportunities related to arts and culture. So we know basically that with the right offer, we will be answering teachers' needs. As well, when we asked the question, what would improve your long-term plans? The areas that we received the most requests for were more training, more opportunities for students to express creativity, the need for external partnerships, better curriculum design, better SEND provision for art subjects, poverty proofing, embedding youth voice, and co-creating with young people. And these are all areas that we feel the network can support with. I'm going to talk now a bit about the qualitative data that we collected from the co-creation workshops, which included participation from freelance cultural educators, individuals working in cultural education within organisations, and teachers again. Through these workshops, we identified 3 key areas of need. A need for opportunities to network and learn from each other informally. We heard that networking would provide the opportunity to learn more and hear from individuals within sectors and also improve understanding across sectors, building vital connections in local and national communities. Networking solutions suggested by participants were one-to-one networking, including buddying and mentoring, group networking on various levels, including action learning, and tapping into existing local and national networks. The second key area is the need for more consistent CPD opportunities across areas, but also across disciplines. There were 5 themes that stood out to us, which were how to integrate arts into the curriculum, how to advocate for the arts in schools, how to better deliver the arts in schools, how arts organisations can better work with schools and vice versa, and how to co-create with children and young people. And finally, the third key area was a very clear request from both the education and cultural sectors for support in communicating the impact of cultural education through clear data and evidence. This was a specific request for the Arts Council and other leaders in the field to provide tools and training to support the communication of the impact of cultural education on the lives of children and young people, to advocate for the arts and engage colleagues and influence whole school buy-in. So what will the Arts Council offer in response to this data? The next few slides I'm going to show you will give you an overview of where we are now, what we're delivering, and how we will plan for it to evolve over time. So we heard that teachers and cultural educators across the ecology of the sector need more help, need more support in helping children and young people to access arts, culture, and creativity. So we launched the Cultural Education Network in March, which we are designing to provide teachers and cultural educators with an easy way to navigate getting the help they need and finding clear paths to better knowledge, skills, and confidence. Our core offer that we launched with are our new one-to-ones that our team of cultural education specialists are leading on. People can submit their needs through an online form, and we arrange a time for them to speak directly to a specialist to get the support that they need. One of the reasons we think this will be successful is because it's not something that's really offered within the sectors at the moment. And we also know how time poor teachers are specifically. So these one-to-ones can be arranged at a time that suits you, and you'll be able to get precise and bespoke support directly. And ultimately, we're aiming to build a more joined up and consistent professional development offer through partnerships and signposting. This is where we feel that we can identify good work that's already happening across the country, promoting and signposting to that work, and then working to fill the gaps where extra provision is required. We don't want to stand on the toes of the work that we already know is happening. We aim to complement, support, and augment what's happening already. This new national offer is being co-created and will continue to be co-created with our audiences and partners through our development. And we aim to respond to their needs and experiences as they change and as we grow over time. This is a nice clear visual of who our intended audiences are. Teachers and schools are our core audience, but as I've said, we want to bolster the full ecology of those who support and deliver creative and cultural education. So that includes educators at cultural organisations and also freelance teaching artists. So how will the network work? Co-creation will be at the heart of what we do. As I said, our programme is built on the data we've already gathered, and we'll continue to adapt the programme in response to more co-creation work and from the data we collect as we progress. Going across, we currently have 2 cultural education specialists in place who are already delivering one-to-ones. They are specialists in curriculum support and development and learning communities, and we're hoping to grow our specialist team very soon. Just going down to impact and evidence now, we're gathering data and tracking engagement in real time, and we'll also be commissioning both research and evaluation, leveraging the potential longitudinal nature of our work. We are a user and data-led programme, so measuring our impact both quantitatively and qualitatively are at our core. And in terms of partnerships, as I said, we'll be identifying and signposting to existing work and have already started to consider potential partners that we can collaborate and co-create with. We're in our pilot year and are currently taking one-to-one inquiries and supporting individual requests. We're mostly offering advice, building confidence and signposting to other resources in these one-to-ones. For networking, we're about to start co-creating the programme and will start to offer peer learning events with links to existing networks soon. Later this year, we'll also be developing resources to support audiences on their terms. And finally, we'll be supporting ArtSmark, which will be 2-pronged. We'll provide one-to-one support to teachers that are currently on their ArtSmart journey, and we'll also be signposting new schools to ArtSmart through one-to-ones and networking events. How does it work? If you visit our website, you can submit your support request via an online booking form. You'll then be invited to book a call with a specialist at a time that suits you. This call will initially last 30 minutes, and follow-up calls can be booked if they're needed. After the call, you'll receive tailored notes with guidance, resources and links, and a clear plan for what steps you can take next. I've just included a QR code here that will take you directly to our website, and we've also got the web address here too, and our email address if you have any questions and would like to get in touch with us directly. On the website, you can book a one-to-one with one of our specialists and also sign up to our newsletter to hear news and opportunities from us as they're announced. Thank you for joining me today. It's been lovely speaking to you about the Cultural Education Network, and hopefully we'll see you very soon. Thank you.